as I set forth on this journey. I am driven by a single vision: to break through new frontiers. Led by the spirit of adventure, I let my ambitions soar. You can see it in every machine, trade route, and metropolis. We have taken the road of progress, reaching distant lands, establishing new settlements, expanding an empire. We are made to do more. Standing on the edge of a new era, only our visions got us here.
Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything. I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is. Dynamite fishing? You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food. Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite left. Here it is. Just get plenty of distance on the throw. Don't look at me. Dynamite was your idea. Still trying to get used to that smell of char.
Oh, what the chimichurri was that boom?
They're not expecting queen parrotfish. Anything with fins will do. All the blistered fish they could ever want.
Ah, that burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it. Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
I have never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you. Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
Those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter, so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditchwater. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
What? Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances. We must shelter the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family. We need every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
You reached a new milestone.
I checked the manifests. Not all our facilities are able to deliver the goods they produce. Please correct the situation. I'm not going to say I didn't think it possible.
Every rose has its thorns.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition? As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! Picking and choosing what he inherits.
We're taking every care.
See what slander Edvard Prince and Bright Sands.
Samuel's child, is it? Thank heavens. I am so ashamed of every single word your uncle had me print.
Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up. He twists every article in his favour at our and Father's expense. Timber, very good. I'll try not to think of the coffin.
Game saved. Where did you say you come from?
I got me family.
You reached a new milestone.
mourning is eased, now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labor for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people. Help enough to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place. The land can only be farmed if there are enough fields. We must plant them.
It's been a long, hard day. The people need to rest and maybe wet their whistles.
We have cultivated quite the thirst.
When I look into your people's faces, I see trouble. Make sure their misery doesn't become a problem.
Game saved.
You farm out can't even roll up silage. Who's stinking like cut cheeks?
We just have to plough through. Something's missing.
You farm out can't even roll up silage. My basket is very stinking like cut cheeks.
As a center, it is the palest shade of mediocre.
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate. Repay me now, or sell up.
I feel sick to the stomach that Edvard could ask so much of us so soon after Father's death. Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
Once again, I am indebted to you.
Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
Ready to repay my charity? Don't think you're finished, brat. Tell me you've managed something. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
Is there no limit to Uncle's shameless demands?
Commerce and industry can haul good and sons back from the grave.
Aim say.
Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard. Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditchwater. If it's to be the centre of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate. Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands.
Keep out! None of your business! Get below! We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more! A life away from Edvard? We're on board. Only, we've no ship to get on board of.
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
Heaps of manure. Sweet as a spring meadow.
Game saved.
Everybody on board? Good. I shiver at the thought of staying here another second.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry. That old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Now that sounds like good news.
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
Maybe Edvard will try to prevent us owning a shipyard, but for now, let's at least house those workers.
I doff my cap to you. You can't make better what's already gold.
That blooming turnip was the size of her head. A fire broke out.
I doff my cap to you.
Fire runs wild. Fight this inferno fast. See how the whole world bows before us.
The fire has been vanquished. You reached a new milestone.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditchwater. If it's to be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
Honest.
With several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway. Our editorial section is sure to grow along with your city. We are fine-tuning the first issue as we speak.
You have father's fortitude. These people will follow you as they once followed him.
You reached a new milestone.
Your worthless rags have barely covered anything. Now, bring me sails. It's not like you have any use for them.
Clearly, Uncle's intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
Your city has grown more beautiful.
No space left here.
Your city has grown uglier.
You will not spoil my plan. When will you show? Hurry, damn you!
You restore a grain of my trust in humanity, eldest.
Game saved.
I'm happy as a sandboy. Will you build us another castle? Will you work your magic for us? What we do so love to see? I need something to blunt my rage. You will not spoil my plans with your tardin. Where are my sails? Nothing you do will lift the cloud. Haven't seen a prison transport of mine, have you? If you do, be sure to return any salvage to me.
Say.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it. We're all full up. What brings you here, Master?
Not bad for a big boss.
I have discovered some inefficiencies we ought to address.
You needs a warehouse, you do.
Game saved.
I'm not going to say I didn't think it possible.
Oh, I'm knackered.
Saved! Do you also then save us from a grievous injustice? Edward's charges against us are pure fabrication. The man is an imposter.
A letter. It bears Edvard's seal.
Don't even think about sheltering Samuel's co-conspirators. Deliver them to prison at once, and I might lift your debt.
Open the letter. He's clearly up to no good.
However much we despise Uncle Edvard, it's criminal to go opening his private correspondence. It cannot be. These names are those Father trusted most. Barristers, doctors, academics. Even I am astonished he could be this corrupt. We must put their cases before the highest authority and hope for a retrial.
He certainly knows how to silence his critics.
I hereby sentence you to not very hard labor. You're getting off lightly.
Game saved.
What is it you are bringing? Did he really? Oh dear. Best leave these poor people with me. I will tell Edvard that the debt between you is quite settled.
That was none of your business. And what right has the Crown to meddle in my accounts? What right?
We are, all of us, quite moved by your selfless actions. Your father would be proud.
I am so relieved our legitimacy is no longer in question. Hurry! I already smell the tar. See, the masts are swaying from Father's study.
Ship under attack.
I am Heshua Princess Jean. My father and mother sent me as an ambassador.
The princess brings a sense of magic to these shores.
Ready to bail me out? Back on the straight and narrow?
No less than we deserve. Far be it from us to make the foreman work. Spare a thought for us.
came saying. A little love is all we ever wanted.
You'll soon be making a name for yourself.
Our city's historic first shipyard. We must document this moment in our first edition. A perfect snapshot to illustrate history in the making.
So you build ships like your father. Well, the Queen is in the direst need of ships. Supporting her will go some way to healing the wounds of the past.
A commission for the Royal Fleet! And in such quantity! A rare honour indeed. The weaponry they ask for presents a problem. I'm not even sure we have an iron load, do we?
Ship constructed.
I see the iron is beyond our reach. We have no choice but to find a way through the mountain.
Still have a few sticks of dynamite. We can blow our way through. Perhaps not refined enough for your sister, but at least your workers can start their dig.
Father used Mr. Ticker on account of his good sense. Go on. I suggest you find him in Bright Sands.
English ruddy days.
Aye. New orders? I don't always hear what I want to hear about you.
What kind of town don't have a warehouse?
Shame saved. Production has stopped. Production has stopped.
Aye.
Production has stopped.
I present my humble duty to you. Her Majesty will be discomfited. Taking the initiative, excellent.
Production has stopped.
I'm still waiting for the boom.
Done. Ceasefire has ended.
Commerce and industry.
It's all prepared. Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in our broadsheet.
A scattering of blossom.
Printed news ever die out? Why should it? Not an inclination of yours, is it? It's a different perspective. If you think this is best, who am I to protest? Of course, you...
You'll get the job done, and done well. You hear? Job half done will come back to bite you.
came safe.
Once we're done, we can pack some rides.
Mr. Ticker has years of experience in detonations. We must secure his services. This could be the start of something significant for us.
After the picket protests, many fine men left Bright Sands to join you. Then Edvard struck back. He imprisoned all who were close to your father, including my beloved Thomas. My husband and the others were deported to Wormway's prison, and I've heard nothing from him ever since. If you do find him unharmed, prithee tell him his wife yearns for his return.
We are nearing the place your father died. Whatever happens, stay calm.
So there you are, the traitor's children.
How dare you!
Oh, spare me the nauseating drivel. Flogging Queenie's Peachy Island in the New World to some rebel upstarts? Ha! Traitor is too generous a word.
Father would never have. He was the Queen's stalwart, a member of the Royal Council.
He hung himself in one of my cells. I'd call that a rather conclusive admission of guilt.
We did not come here to be insulted. We came to strike a bargain. The demolition man, Thomas. We want him.
Oh, I vaguely remember him. Stubborn, with a loose mouth, just as innocent as all the others. He is small fry. A bail has been set. Pay every penny of his money, and I will place him immediately at your disposal.